Alright, and we are live. Maybe a couple minutes late, but we are here and we are ready to go. So, there we go. And we are here and ready. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. If you guys are, of course, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new. We've been doing these streams all season long and no intention of stopping anytime soon. So, here we go. Okay, last race of the, last race prior to the 2-week off week here. Alright, gonna just check the schedule, see. Alright, we may be getting, I don't know for sure if we're gonna stay bumped. We are currently bumped to USA Network, so if anyone is having trouble finding the race, that is, there was politics news that happened, pretty big stuff. I don't like to talk about politics too much on the channel, but yeah, current President Joe Biden has dropped out of the presidential race for later this year, so that news is taking priority on Big NBC over the Brickyard 400. Cars are rolling, and we are ready to go. Alright, there we go. Hopefully everybody's having a fun time. Let's go ahead. Get ready for this one. Alright, so Kyle Larson brought back the same scheme he was supposed to race at Charlotte earlier this year, but was denied due to the delays in Indianapolis due to weather. Alright, there we go. So we are set up and ready for this one. Hopefully everybody is as excited as I am. Alright, there we go. And we are lined up. Oh wow, lights are already off on the pace car and we are ready to go racing, and here we go. Let's see. Already seeing some news. Alright, let me go ahead and just double check over on the NASCAR app. Alright, let me check my fantasy stuff. I should have it all set. And yep, there we go. Got my fantasy set up. And let's see, where am I ranked right now? Alright, I am ranked tied for 4th to start the afternoon off as the pace car is off and we are under the green flag. We are racing here at the Brickyard 400. 30 years after the original one. We are back here at the Brickyard. Tyler Reddick rolls off from the pole position. Denny Hamlin on his outside. 2 Toyotas at the front of the field going to try and control the narrative, but a lot of Chevys behind them. Want to try and stop that. Oh, man. Alright, well, Reddick able to clear himself out in front of Denny Hamlin. They decided to keep that battle declared pretty quickly. Meanwhile, guys are already swerving, trying to block each other off. Michael McDowell making a move on William Byron for a position there. Michael McDowell up into the top 5 early on in this race. Let's go. And, okay, fuel window's about 40 laps. We're going to be at about 50 for the laps. And, oh, we got somebody coming for a pass-through penalty on lap 1. Uh-oh, who dat? Not sure who it is, but, man, that is going to be a bummer for whoever ended up having to go for a pass-through penalty lap 1. Oh, it was Martin Truex Jr., stage winner MTJ. Well, to win this stage, he might be needing a caution, but here we go. Everybody popping out of line, trying to find their way. And say, it looks like the Gamebridge car there. Not sure. Okay, that is the 7 of LaJoy trying to poke himself out of line. He's currently in the 17th position. But, yeah, right now, though, everybody kind of filtering into line. And then on the straightaways, everybody basically trying to poke out of line to see if they can get some of that clean air to their nose while there's a big, wide straightaway. And the cars in front of them are either trying to get some clean air themselves or trying to take the clean air away from the car behind them. Both of which are big moves to try and make. And, yeah, I will say the front half of this field is a little weird. Seeing John Hunter Nemechek, Stenhouse, Austin Dillon all qualifying up inside the top 15. Meanwhile, you've got guys like Kyle Busch, and obviously not through much fault of his own, but Martin Truex Jr. starting tail end of the field with the pass-through penalty and all that. Here we go. We got Todd Gilliland making a move. There goes Carson Hocevar also making a move there on both of those moves on Daniel Suarez, along with Jimmy Johnson making a move on Daniel Suarez. Jimmy Johnson starting to make some headway here. Obviously, Jimmy Johnson, one of the most accomplished drivers in the history of this racetrack for NASCAR. But, yeah, starting to make some headway there. Now Ross Chastain going by his teammate in the 99 of Suarez. Suarez definitely seems like something's a little off with his car this early into this run. Ty Dillon going to be the next one to try and go by him. And if Ty Dillon does get by him, that would be putting Suarez all the way back into 30th at this point in the race, which is pretty far back to be this early on. Alright, so there we go. Now let's see. Ty Dillon right now, or not Ty Dillon, Ty Gibbs settling in into the 8th position. He's about a second behind Blaney here for the position. Alright, we're just settling in here. Hopefully everybody is having a good time. Alright, let's see. Looking for other storylines up and down the line as they are starting to get single filed out. We kind of noticed this in the Xfinity race yesterday as well, but the field would get single file out, especially when it was in the first stage or two, where really points aren't paid until after the first pit stop. So there's no real reason to race and push for the for that first bit, unless you're someone like Kyle Busch who needs to make up some massive amounts of spots. But for most of them, it's just a case of, well, you've got the entire stage to try and make up the time. No need to necessarily try and push to get it all done in the first 2-3 laps. And here we go, 5 laps in already, and a total of 160 laps today, broken up into 50. I would assume 50, and then a final 60-lap segment to the checkered. There we go. But yeah, Kyle Busch back in 32nd. I mean, that is just so off pattern for Kyle Busch. Although, granted, this year it seems to be very much on pattern for him. Hopefully, Kyle Busch can start getting back up into that top group here soon, but certainly looks like today is going to be a rough one, which is unfortunate because he was my podcast pick, but we'll have to wait and see. There we go. Alright, come on, TV. Chase Elliott just passed Denny Hamlin for 2nd place, and instead we're watching Ross Chastain, Ty Dillon, Eric Jones, and Kyle Busch sort themselves out. Can someone explain to me the logic of missing that pass? Like, come on. You've got enough cameras around the track, you shouldn't be able to miss a chance to get a video of the guys passing for the 2nd position. Alright, So yeah, here we go. And I say, right now, Bubba Wall is only 9 points shy of getting into that transfer bubble over Ross Chastain. Chastain only 9 points away from losing out on it. And Mike McDowell enters the picture here. Alright, and they are going to be going over to... Alright, so they're going to be moving back to NBC, which means I got to switch... let me go ahead and text my parents, let them know that the remainder of the race will be on Peacock and NBC, which you can watch through Peacock. I don't know if it's I hadn't checked to see if it's an actual event in Peacock itself or if it's only on the on NBC. But I can get to it through the Peacock app regardless. Let's see. IndyCar. Alright. No NASCAR event. Nope. Alright, well. TV channels, and here we go. Alright, and they're at commercial break, which means, you know what? We're going to go ahead and check out that IndyCar thing. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and check out the Honda Indy Toronto, see how that's going, what the progress is on it. Alright. Oh, uh-oh. There we go. Alright, man, it is so warm down here. I did not expect this to take as long to load as it is. Makes me a little bit concerned for my internet. Alright, no frames dropped yet, but again, every bit counts, and I am starting to get worried about that. Let's try going in again. Oh, there we go. Managed to get in. And, ooh, uh-oh, somebody into the fence. Not sure who that was. Kiffin Simpson, maybe? Yeah, Kiffin Simpson. Yeah, Kiffin Simpson in the 4 going into the wall there. Yeah, not sure exactly when that crash happened. Look, okay, that is an in-race crash. 8 laps, or not 8, 17 laps to go. Kyle Kirkwood and Alexander Rossi both up in the top 5 right now, and in fact, those two are leading the race. Alright, I'll go ahead and pop back over to NASCAR, because that should hopefully have bought us enough time to have not missed the commercial break. At the very least, I don't want to have to wait for another channel to load. This is just getting tiring, not being able to actually load the stuff. I don't know why my Peacock is not working today. Alright, here we go. Whew. Alright, we got the, we got a different channel to load. Now we just need to get the the channel I need to load. I will say, I was still very impressed with Michael McDowell being up inside the top 5. If he ends up with a shot at winning this race at the end, I will be utterly surprised. Alright, there we go. Come on, man. Why is Peacock just not working today? Come on. Alright, there we go. We're back, and we're back from commercial break, and there we go. William Byron currently running in the 7th position as Ryan Blaney has now passed him as well. A little bit better to get passed by Ryan Blaney than it is to get passed by Michael McDowell. Slightly more respect from the field, I would say, at that point. Alright, so yeah, they're showing the air in the wind tunnel. I will say, I always like the wind tunnel demonstrations through the graphics to kind of show fans what's going on with the air. Because air is one of those very few things that for a spectator sport, the spectators can't actually see that component, so... Got that swapped up, and here we go. Let's see. Yeah, we're just kind of waiting here, seeing what's going to end up happening. Oh, man. Oh, man, I'm definitely a little out of it, but here we go. Can we just get something other than Chase Briscoe's onboard camera? Like, I'm gonna say, I've seen enough of the rear bumper or whatever car that is. Alright, 17 laps into the run. And say, again, I'd be curious if we might see some guys try and go for the early pit strategy if they think that they absolutely are must wins to try and must get points, I mean. I wouldn't be surprised if we see someone like Bubba, or more specifically if we see someone like a Ross Chastain potentially jump to pit road a lot earlier than you would normally expect, because those drivers clearly think that pitting earlier and getting on the fresh tires sooner is going to be the thing that will help them for the end of the race. Alright, there we go. The 14 of Briscoe goes by the 16 of Allmendinger there, and they're just kind of starting to freight train Allmendinger at this point. Passing for the 20th, 21st, and 22nd position going on there. Oh no, he's actually going to fight back and hangs on to that 22nd position. And, oh, nope, never mind. Here comes Brad Keselowski on the inside, and there goes Ty Gilliland and Carson Hocevar. And the 4 car of Josh Berry. And they're just letting everybody by. Alright, let's see. Oh, yeah, there goes Allmendinger coming to a very early pit stop. Potentially, Agent Allmendinger thinking that he might need a early pit stop to try and put himself in some track position. Alright, red flag is out from the Honda Indy Toronto. Herta, Kirkwood, Dixon, the top three. Then you got McLaughlin, Power. Yeah, McLaughlin and Will Power rounding out your top five. Pato O'Ward, Alex Palou, Newgarden, David Malukas up in the top 10, and Marcus Armstrong. Alright, there we go. Man. Alright, there we go. Just double checking, making sure everything's all set up. Alright, so yeah, we're just chilling out here. Again, we're under a commercial break. Nothing really going on. No, say Ryan Blaney made the pass on Michael McDowell. That's kind of the only major pass inside the top five. And back from commercial break. There we go. Also keeping an eye over on the IndyCar stuff in case they go green. That way I know if I should or shouldn't swap over. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Elliott and Larson the favorites to win the race. Okay. Oh, look at the list of favorites. Really, there aren't any real big surprises. I think the biggest surprise would be Keselowski, and even he's a former winner. Alright, there we go. So 24 laps in again. I think around lap 30, 35 is when we'll see all the pit stops really start to occur. Alright. Oh, no. Actually, here we go. Here's the first green flag pit stop coming right at halfway for Denny Hamlin coming down pit road. Would not have predicted Denny Hamlin to be the first, and would not have certainly expected it quite this early. would have guessed a little bit later on. And here we go. Now that the gates have opened, we're starting to see all of the cars starting to come down. All 300 cars inside the top 5 heading for pit road this time around. Does Stenhouse come to pit road? Let's see. Waiting for Stenhouse. But Bowman hits pit road. Looks like Stenhouse opted to stay out. There we go. So here we go. Elliott, first one to stop in his box. And here we go. Let's see. 4-tire stop for Elliott, a 9.4 second stop. Kyle Larson an 10.8, 10.2 for Byron, and 9.8 for Bowman. So Chase Elliott, the best pit stop of the 400 cars, and it's not going to be enough to actually stay ahead of Denny Hamlin to pit a lap after him, which is a little concerning because you'd hope you're close enough on pace that theoretically pitting that closely to him, you should be able to just make the exact same thing work. And here we go. We got Ryan Blaney coming to pit road next, it looks like. Alright, Ty Dillon, Martin Truex Jr., and Ryan Blaney on pit road. Alright, 9.2 for Truex. There we go. Ty Dillon with an 10.8. Not bad. Truex is genuinely impressive. 2 tires for Blaney. 2 tires and a 4.6 second pit stop. Gonna try and vault himself up into that conversation. There we go. Uh-oh. Chase Elliott was caught, I believe, speeding. Let's see. Oh, blend line infraction. Okay. Yeah, I actually saw this earlier, but I just assumed that since he did it, I assumed he wasn't breaking a rule. But yeah, no, in NASCAR, you have to wait till you're, I believe even in IndyCar, you, when you committed on the, to the pit road, you still had to follow a speed and stay within the boundaries of pit road. But, yeah, very simple, very easy, pass, just went right up and over the line. And, yeah, now Chase Elliott's going to have to do a drive-through. Alright, here we go. Let's see. We're just chilling here, 30 laps in, and there goes Chase Elliott coming down for his pit stop here. Or not even for his pit stop, but just for his pass-through penalty. Alright, there we go. this time, Chase Elliott re-enters the track after staying on the inside of the white lines. And there we go. Still over 20 drivers who have not yet hit pit road, which is definitely a surprise there. Alright, heading to another commercial break. There we go. And 30 laps in. Again, about 20 to go. Really closer to 18 to go. Alright, let's see. What do we got? Just waiting. Still have a commercial break. Olympics starting Friday, which means no sports for 2 weeks, and we're back from commercial break. Alright, Gregson hitting pit road this time around. And we're starting to... Alright, 19 drivers left that have not pit. And Gregson will make it 18. Alright, 3.8 second stop there for Noah Gragson. A 2-tire stop. And here comes Ty Gibbs pitting from third. Ty Gibbs coming down pit road from third place. 13.2 second stop for Ty Gibbs. Yikes. Not sure. Didn't notice what happened there. A 12.2 for Cindric. Hopefully they made up for that time in not having to come on the pit road at the same time as anybody else. Nemechek, Logano also coming down pit road. Tyler Reddick pitted from the lead. And that puts Mike McDowell, Bubba Wallace, and Christopher Bell out in front of the field. LaJoy to fourth. Now let's see. Is Keselowski going to stay on the pit? Or is he going to pit? Keselowski stays out. Gilliland stays out. Alright, let's see. And here we go. Here comes Michael McDowell down pit road. Oh, Kyle Busch is on pit road. Let's see. Come on. It's going to be 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it's a long stop for Kyle Busch. 14.6. Are you kidding me? And a 14-second stop for Mike McDowell, too. Are you kidding me? Oh, man. These stops are just killing us. Do you know any ways to watch the race without paying the insane amount of money? I mean, I've got Peacock, which is how I watch the races that are on NBC, but again, it kind of just comes down to what people consider an insane amount of money, because, I mean, it wasn't long ago that cable TV subscription was not too out of the ordinary, and most cable TV subscriptions get most of the races, but, yeah, I use Sling TV for USA Network FS1, and then I have my Peacock subscription for the Network NBC races. And yep, Mike McDowell with a 14-second pit stop. I was happy with him running top 5. Unfortunately, a 14-second pit stop is almost certainly going to hurt that effort. Alright, but yeah, we're just chilling here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Alright, so Christopher Bell, Joy, and Keselowski, the final 3 who have yet to come to pit road. And Hamlin leads the group of drivers who have already pitted. Blaney pitted for 2 tires to try and gain track position. Actually, McDowell didn't lose a ton of time with his slower stop. Here comes Bell and LaJoy down pit road. Keselowski going to stay out and wait a little longer. Alright, yep. So here we go. And once again, Bell, there we go. Two tire stop, 8 seconds there, and LaJoy looks like an 10.8 there for LaJoy. So 2 good stops there. And now it's just down to Keselowski versus Hamlin. Alright. So Stenhouse back up into the top 10. There we go. And Mike McDowell will be... Yep, there we go. Here comes Keselowski pit road. But Mike McDowell will be up to the 6th position at the time of once everything's fully cycled officially. Alright, let's see. Again, right now we're just kind of waiting and seeing, but... This stage, we've only got 9 laps to go in the stage, so we're actually getting pretty close. Potentially one of these drivers, maybe a Michael McDowell, could flip the script on the stage. Now, granted, Michael McDowell could still make it on points, so I don't think he would do it. But someone who desperately needs a win could flip the script to try and get some track position. The problem is that list of people who could get it has definitely expanded. And there we go, let's see. Oh, man. Definitely tired. So, side-by-side commercial. We're just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen from there. Should be pretty close to the end of the commercial break, and let's see. Nope, I'm gonna go for at least one more eBay Motors. Alright, there we go. Definitely wish that I'd had a little bit more time between when I got home from work and when I was supposed to start the stream. Let's see, again, 6 laps to go. We're counting down the laps pretty quick, actually. And say again, this first stage has gone pretty quick. We're probably at what, like, how long have we been live for? We've been live for under an hour, and we're already almost through stage 1. Let's see. Denny Hamlin started second. Currently all the way up to first. Alright, well, right now, Denny Hamlin, I would not want to be him with all that traffic in front of him. Hopefully he's got some room behind him. But it does not appear, no, he's got next to no room behind him. But yeah, I am curious to see what the Delta ends up looking like at this track. Back from commercial break, and we got a and Keselowski's still on pit road? Oh, please tell me Keselowski doesn't have an issue. And yep, oh, there we go. Brian Keselowski had a penalty under that last stop. That's why he was back down pit road. Okay. Another one with a blend line violation. Another driver who potentially just didn't know the rule. Definitely seems like they're more strict on it than they were 3-4 years ago when they last ran this race. But yeah, they got about 3 laps left though to try and figure out what's going to end up happening. Alright, here we go. Chris Buescher coming down. Oh no. That smoke coming out the back of Chris Buescher. Is that going to be a day done for Buescher? Very well could be. 2 laps to go and the pit road is closed at this point. Alright, man. I am just so tired right now. Man. Yeah, no, I just saw that. Looked like an engine expired potentially on the 17, but the TV didn't seem to give a great explanation, and I am definitely not at the top of my game today. And we got caution flag for the stage coming out, and we are going to be going to stage 2. At least Michael McDowell gets some points here in stage 1 as Denny Hamlin will cross stage. I didn't have the chat up, so I didn't see your message until just now, Jordan. But, yep, there we go. Stage 1 is complete as Denny Hamlin comes across the line. Kyle Larson 2nd, Blamey 3rd, 4th Byron, 5th Tyler Reddick, 6th Michael McDowell, 7th Bowman, 8th Ty Gibbs, 9th Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and 10th is Noah Gragson. Alright, I'm going to go use the bathroom and I will be right back, guys. Alright, we're back. There we go. We're back and should hopefully be back from the commercial break here soon. Oh, I have my glasses. There we go. I knew I was forgetting something. There we go. So, yep, Mike McDowell got the stage points along with everything else. There we go. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Catching up on chat. I hope Jimmy gets his skill back. I mean, I don't think it's as much a lack of skill as it is just athletes aging. I mean, look at any athlete outside of, like, Tom Brady and look at how quickly they age. And, I mean, even then, what? If I'm not mistaken, isn't Jimmy Johnson, like, 50? Let's see. I'm curious, but yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think Jimmy Johnson's like 50 years old at this point. Let's see. 48. He'll turn 49 in September, so nearly 50 years old. Very few athletes succeed past 50. Now, obviously, there are some examples. Mark Martin and Richard Petty, but that was also a lot less physically much less physically demanding, or at least at the time, it was a less physically demanding, certainly more spaced out NASCAR. Ty Gibbs and Bubba Wallace jumped to the top of the board with 2 tire stops. Hamlin and Larson both losing 2 spots respectively on those decisions. But, yeah, let's see. To maybe get another championship, again, Jimmy's retired from full-time racing. I don't see him going back to full-time racing, and honestly, just getting another win would be nice if he could maybe snag a win somewhere. But at this point, I'm pretty much beyond the idea that he will probably be competitive anytime soon. But yeah, let's see. Nothing much is happening right now. I'm just getting the competition cautions are. Honestly, when it comes to the stages, I don't mind the stage cautions too badly at the ovals. I think the stage cautions absolutely needed to be on at the road courses, but I think, especially at these bigger ovals like this track in Pocono, I like the stages bringing out a caution because it leads to the interesting strategy of, okay, do you flip the stage before the end of the stage, and are you close enough to the leader to actually enact that strategy? No one really was in this case, so there ended up being no strategy element, but I like it as at least an option. And we'll have to wait and see if more drivers potentially go to do it. Alright. But yeah, so here we go. Oh, whoa, what the? Okay, I just turned on Twitter and saw an IndyCar go flying through the air. Alright, well, something happened. Let me see, is IndyCar's on their last lap, okay. Looks like it's going to be a Colton Herta race win potentially here. It's either going to be him or Kirkwood. 2 Andretti drivers. Andretti's needed a win for quite a while here. Let's see. What's it going to be? It's going to be about half a second between Kirkwood and Herta as they take the white flag over in that race up in Toronto. Meanwhile, we're still under caution for the NASCAR race. And I say, him winning at Indy last year was one thing because it was an oval race and had no stage cautions. I am very reluctant to jump on the bandwagon that, oh, he might go and get the win on the oval. I think there's a big difference there, and I think we're going to potentially see that throughout stage 2. Not to mention, the reason he's second place right now is that him and the he and the top 7 have all stayed out at this point for this stage end. And none of them, none of those guys pitted particularly late. And it's going to be Colton Herta winning the IndyCar race over Kyle Kirkwood. Let's see, who's the... Wow, Chevy really got just whopped today. Yeah, 1 through 7 were all Hondas. First Chevy was Renus VK in 8th. Romain Grosjean in 9th. And there was just nothing good for Chevy. The first 3 drivers out the race, all Chevys, all within the first 10, 15 laps of the race. McLaren's drivers had a real day, it seems. But, yep. Definitely certainly a day of all time there. Alright, let's see. Let's see if they added a new quiz thing to the... Let's see if they have a new Indianapolis-based question for the trivia. Nope. Already received those points, so 57.71 is currently my point total for the NASCAR Fan Reward points. And lights are off, and we're going to be ready to go back racing, and McDowell's got restarted in the lead. Okay. At least he did take 4 tires when he did. That would have been my bigger worry, would have been if Michael McDowell had taken, say, 2 tires when he pitted. But the fact that he pitted late in the stage actually could pay off pretty good. Because, again, all he has to do is run well, and he could theoretically stretch it to the second stage. Problem is that you're going to have people on 4 tires coming on 4 very fresh tires coming through the field pretty quick. Meanwhile, you have 12, 13 laps on your tires for these guys at the front of the field. Again, not ruling it out, but just stating that there is definitely still a major obstacle to cover. But again, Mike McDowell earning stage points, that's the important thing. Starting to eat into that massive deficit that we had to start the day when it comes to the point total. So, lights are off on the pace car. Let's see. Yeah, no interest in changing my lineup right now, and we're ready to go back racing. So here we go. Harrison Burton was another one of those drivers who took 2 tires. He's up to the 12th position here. Doubled up, coming off turn 4, and it's going to be pace car diving to the bottom of the track. Alright, let's see. And they're going to be going green, green, green. Green flag's out, and they're back to racing. And let's see. Mike McDowell versus Tyler Reddick here. Your pole sitter versus your, versus a, just another one of those top 10 starters. Alright, so yeah, they've gone and they restarted the race. McDowell putting up an okay fight right now. Again, just kind of trying not to get too overly optimistic while they filter everybody into line here. So a lot of people on that back straightaway kind of poking out of the line, trying to find any way to get clean air to their nose. But, yeah, right now, though, Jimmy Johnson to the bottom of the racetrack here. He's going to try and make it interesting. That's for sure. so yeah, here we go. Let's see. Where is Jimmy scored? Is Jimmy scored inside the top 15? And I say, based on the cars he's running around, it looks like he very well could be. Nope, Jimmy Johnson is 17th. Okay, he's close, and all the way to the bottom of the racetrack, AJ Allmendinger leads a group of cars all the way down there. Martin Truex Jr. and Chase Briscoe is a part of that duo, diving for that. Looks like Mike McDowell did lose a couple of spots there in that whole shuffle at the front. But yeah, everybody's sneaking down the front and back straightaways. Like, come on. You guys don't need to snake to try and win this race. It's not the Indy 500. Alright, let's see. Again, right now we're just kind of settling in. Again, these 50-lap stages, while, yeah, we're nearly 10 laps in, we're about a fifth of the way through. And I say, it's still a decent chunk of the race to just kind of wait here. We got Kyle Busch up into the top 10. Let's go. Let's see. What else do we got going on? Who do you guys think is going to win the race? Let's see if you guys have your own ideas for race picks. I actually got the first overall pick on the Lap Down podcast this week, and I think I may have blundered it by going for Kyle Busch, despite the issues throughout the season this year. I opted to try and keep it optimistic, be like, hey, and I say, Kyle was good here the last couple of times that we came here, and in fact, he was absolutely decimating the field in 2017. But obviously, this is not 2017. Kyle, I'm sure, is probably the most aware person that is not the case. Alright, let's see again. Right now, Chris Buescher holds on to a 9-point advantage over Bubba Wallace. And Bubba Wallace is only in the 6th position, so it means that Chris Buescher would have to lose points, or that, it just means the kid would have to earn points at the next race as well, because if you can't make it into that top 5 here without the some luck on your side. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see. Again, right now, Martin Truex Jr., Ty Gibbs, and Buescher, I believe, are those the only spots that aren't locked up with points already? That, and obviously this race is winner. Alright, there we go. Double checking that, and we are here and ready for this one. 12 laps in now. Again, I would question just how many laps are going to run before they potentially start. Let's see, again, right now we're just working on this one. again, we're just working our way through this one. It is definitely, especially with the way this race has gone, they got spaced out really quick, and now there's a 2-second gap between Nemechek and the next closest competitor. Alright, let's see again. Right now, we're just chilling out. Hopefully, everybody's having a good time. We'll see. I wish I wasn't almost out of water at this point. The fact is that Bubba Wallace is going to be breathing down Michael McDowell's neck here pretty soon for this spot, if he's not already. Also, we never saw this pass to the lead. I want to know why we didn't really ever get a great view of this battle for the lead. Let's see, 15 laps into this stage. And again, right now, it's been a very clean race up to this point. No artificial yellows. Nothing's gone wrong today so far. They go to commercial break yet again, and once again, we have ourselves just a pretty nice, standard, clean race. Alright, let's see. Haven't had lunch yet, so definitely gonna be snacking just a little bit. I'll try and keep it down though. Also want to make sure I pop out the chat window here. I'll put the chat there. And that should be a good sorted spot. But yeah, so let me know who you guys think is going to win this race. I'm sure Carl's probably rooting for Denny Hamlin to win it, but maybe that's not who he thinks is going to win it. Alright, I'm back from commercial break, which is just about perfect timing. Oh, and we got a tire down. Okay, tire down, and that's going to bring out... Yep, yellow flag is out. Why am I not surprised it's Cody Ware that brings out the first caution flag? Are you kidding me? Could you make that more stereotypical? Cody Ware, tire down. Now, I mean, granted, more stereotypical would be Cody Ware takes out 25 people en route to going out of the race. But that might be a little too on the nose. But yeah, this caution flag actually falls at a pretty good time because I think everybody pits here for the stage. I think everybody pits here. I think ultimately this ends up being a pretty good leveling point here for these guys who stayed out. Kyle Busch, Mike McDowell, LaJoie. Getting ready for pit road to be opened, and we should be seeing them coming down pit road this time by. And here we go. Pit road is open, and most everybody's coming. Not Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace stays out. A good chunk of cars come to pit road, though. Almost everybody. Alright, let's see. LaJoie getting his adjustments. I got Nemechek going for his. Let's see. Are they going to be... And it's going to be a two-tire stop there for LaJoie. Or not for LaJoie, for Reddick. And there we go. Coming out of pit road, it's going to be an interesting mix. That's for sure. A well-timed caution here leads to a... leads to some good fortunes there for Mike McDowell and crew. So yeah, we're just chilling here. We got about 30 laps to go in the stage. Almost everybody was just able to come down and get a pit stop. I am curious as to the strategy for the guys who did not. Especially for guys like Bubba Wallace. Or not for Bubba Wallace, but for guys like Todd Gilliland who pitted back on lap 37, yet appeared like they stayed out. And we'll have to wait and see. Sometimes the numbers are wrong. Maybe it just didn't notice that someone came down pit road. Or sometimes someone has a later pit box than the start-finish line, so it appears like they stay out. Well, we are just chilling here. Hopefully everybody's having a good time today. Coming back from commercial break, and yep, Kyle Busch did stay out, so I'm curious as to the thought process here. I mean, granted, this could be an okay strategy. The question is, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe I could have justified it maybe if you topped off, maybe? I don't know. I mean, again, like, it makes more sense for guys like Bubba Wallace or, yeah, Joey Logano who pit. Oh, no, Joey Logano, I think, came to pit road that last time by, but, yeah. It makes more sense for the guys who pit at the end of stage 1 to make that stop because they can at least fuel mileage their way to the end of the, or towards the end of the stage versus the guys like Kyle Busch who are going to have to pit soon. Kyle's team was talking about pitting in about 5 laps here. Lights are off on the pace car. They have done the choose cone, and why is Mike McDowell out? Oh, there we go. What was I going to say? Why is Mike McDowell being shown as out there? Because he definitely came to pit road. I like the fact that my drivers are on different strategies now, so I'm not rooting for necessarily one strategy over another. But here we go. 23 laps out of 50 runs so far. I would have pit. I don't really understand any real reason as to why you don't pit there. And here we go. Let's see. Now, the good thing is this is not the longest Kyle has ever gone winless, but I'm sure it's getting close. There we go. Pace car's off. Field in the hands of Kyle Busch and Todd Gilliland on the front row. Green, green, green. Green flag's out. We're back to racing. And everybody fans out 2, 3, 4 wide in the back of the pack here. And Kyle Busch leads them all down into turn 1. And there we go. Once you get some track position, Kyle Busch could potentially start to get the old Kyle Busch confidence and swagger back. But oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Caution, caution, caution! William Byron wrecks out. No, William Byron. AJ Allmendinger also caught up in that one. Not sure who all else got collected in the melee, but there was a mess of cars back there, all scrambling, trying to avoid the spinning William Byron. Please tell me I did not spend a Byron usage today. In fantasy, let's see. I avoided it. Let's go. I picked Elliott was my one Hendrick Motorsports selection. So, yep, they got the tow trucks going out there. Hopefully, hopefully William Byron and all of them are okay. Impacts didn't look significant, but you always got to be a little worried when it comes to some of these auto crashes. I will say, I'm very impressed with the field. I don't know how they got out of that without more cars going around. Alright, there we go. Oh wow, so that started by somebody running into the back of the 21 car there. I only just caught kind of the tail end of the replay. I didn't realize they were showing a replay. I thought they were still just showing the Alright, here we go. Showing the full restart here from Briscoe's on board. And yep, then just... yeah, just kind of everybody running into the back of everybody else just led to that one. Unfortunate to see, but fortunately for me, my fantasy team is looking very good from all this. I got Ty Gibbs, Elliott, Blaney, Reddick, Logano, and then right now, currently my garage driver is Brad Keselowski. And let's see, did I have... and I've got the entire bottom right, except for Brad Keselowski over Bowman. I had Bowman I had Keselowski finishing ahead of Bowman. Wow. After all this... Oh, wait. Oh, Kyle Busch is being shown as the leader. I was about to say, after all this, Kyle Busch isn't even in the top 20 in points, but then I realized, nope, he's the leader, so he's being shown as the winner. With the points as they run. And here we go. Looks like now we're going to see some of these guys who stayed out last time come down pit road. No, just Kyle Busch. That is a very lonely pit road for Kyle Busch, and he is going to be dead last. Oh, no. Oh, whoa. The entire back half of the pack comes to pit road. Okay. There we go. Well, Kyle's at least not completely alone. Let's see. Hamrick with a good stop. Buescher with a 9-second stop. Larson on pit road. Okay, there we go. There's a notable one. Alright, here we go. Let's see. But yeah, again, that wreck just seems to come out of almost nowhere on the non-slow mode replays. Maybe I'll see a slow-mo one in a minute. I'm sure they did show one, but I just didn't catch it. But yeah, that was some chaos there for a minute, but now we're back under caution. And we're chilling. Wish I was a little more excited for this race, but say, when it comes to Indianapolis, I've kind of learned to keep my expectations somewhat low, although yesterday definitely exceeded any sort of expectation I had. Alright, let's see. Got my scrolling leaderboard. Let's go ahead and look a little bit further down to the top 10. Alright, looks like Michael McDowell opted to come to pit. Yeah, Michael McDowell came to pit road, which is gonna mean. Yeah, now he and Kyle Busch are on the same strategy. Only driver out of the race so far is BJ McLeod. 62 laps down. William Byron, yeah, certainly will join that list, along with almost certainly AJ Allmendinger. But, yeah, for at least officially out the race, I believe it's just... Oh, yep, there goes Byron getting added to the list, yep. So Byron, Allmendinger, and BJ McLeod are all out the race. I don't think Burton is officially DNF'd yet. I think the team is still trying to fix that one, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess. Alright, there we go. to see if Keselowski's going to end up doing anything that makes me think I should put him in over somebody else in my lineup. Here we go. Onboard camera here from one of the cars. I believe this might 41 of... Oh, yeah. 41 of Ryan Preece just tried to stuff it into a closing window that was really not there. You know, so that onboard's pretty much concrete proof of exactly what happened. Because, yeah, looking back sky camera where you can... where you're just seeing all the cars coming at you, you just suddenly see a ton of smoke appear. That onboard really confirms that it was Ryan Preece that caused all that, so. Yep, there we go. Looks like Harrison Burton might be officially at the race as well, so. Well, starting to accumulate a bit of a list there. And now Michael McDowell's losing spots here under the caution flag. And speaking of caution flag, the pace car is pulling off the track, and we're gonna leave the field in the hands of Bubba Wallace and Chase Elliott. Green flags out. We're back to racing, and oh, the 42 backs way up on that start. Not sure what the problem on the 42 is. Could imagine everybody's gonna be ducking out of his way next time on the restarts. And certainly he better not be asking for a push anytime soon because, well, he just gave up the opportunity for a really good push and a good run into the corner. Alright, here we go. Let's see. People diving out of line. Bubba Wallace versus Chase Elliott for the lead. Still contending here. Bubba actually able to take the lead from Chase Elliott for the minute. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Alright, so Bubba Wallace has been able to clear for first. Yeah, and it looks like Denny Hamlin has emerged from the kind of slog in the mid-pack to decide that he's going to be third place here, and man, Corey LaJoie just trying to find anything he can do to try and get in line. Alright, let's see again. Making their way around here. Stenhouse moving his way up inside the top 10. Alright, let's see. Christopher Bell makes the pass on LaJoie to move himself up into 10th place and continuing to make progress here. 20 laps to go in stage 2 here. Alright, let's see again. Right now, they're working their way around this track, though. The new track has not been as big of a death knell as I thought it might be to some of these drivers who haven't driven it or haven't driven it in a long time. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see. Austin Dillon makes allows somebody to move on through. I believe that person was not Corey LaJoie, it was the 6 of Brad Keselowski there. Alright, let's see again. Right now, they're 19 laps away. Bubba Wallace and Chase Elliott have not pit since the open of the rate, or since the open of the second stage, Todd Gilliland hasn't pit since lap 38. I'm impressed that he's still out here, but at some point you just gotta come to pit road, bite the bullet, take the take your lumps, get your fuel, and ultimately you can't have your cake and eat it too. Alright, so Martin Truex Jr. the biggest mover on the restart. Alright, let's see again. Right now we're just waiting for some pit stops to occur. Let's see. So Todd Gilliland up to the 4th position there for Gilliland. Again, I'm just worried that Gilliland's all of a sudden potentially going to end up falling off a cliff in terms of lap times. And the rest of the field might not be ready for it. And there's William Byron. In fact, let me see who all had William Byron in their lineups. Alright, so yeah, they're showing the replay of the crash again, which is definitely weird to be doing that under a green flag, unless they're going to a commercial break. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see. I am the leader in that. In the Alright, yeah, my dad had William Byron. That helps. Alright, there we go. And we're just working our way through this one. Alright, 15 laps left in this stage. This feels like a good timing for a commercial break. Based on kind of pacing of the show. Uh-oh, there's a piece of tire floating around. I don't know whose tire, but that's a giant piece of debris. Curious if NASCAR finds that debris concerning or not to have it dancing around on the track. Here comes Todd Gilliland coming to pit road. Gilliland pits with 15 laps to go because... Oh, here we go, let's see. Oh, man. But yeah, there was really no real answer for Todd Gilliland. He needed to come and get fuel. And unless someone knows a way to get fuel into your race car stopping, seemed like coming in for a pit stop was right about the right thing to do. Alright, so here we go. Todd Gilliland coming out of pit road. That's going to be a rough one to see if he can hold on to that lead lap status. And yep, there is Bubba Wallace, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, and now they're going to a commercial break. Side-by-side commercial, 13 laps to go. Alright. I'm just going to mute my mic real quick, and I will be right here. Alright, there we go. Alright, Bubba Wallace and Chase Elliott. You guys have had a couple of cautions now. Yeah, you've had 2 cautions to potentially pit. When is their next pit stop going to come? That's going to be the big question. It's lap 51. I highly doubt. Alright, here we go. Alright, 10 laps to go officially here. Now the question is just going to come down to who can find their way to the front of the field now that we've gone through the traffic. Hey Yogi, how's it going? Alright, let's see. And back from commercial break, great timing. So, positioning's gained since the start of the race. Truex is up a ton. Considering he had to do a pass-through penalty on lap 1, makes sense because he was last place anyway. And so the Buescher versus Chastain battle is pretty close, considering Bubba Wallace is leading the race. Is there any way Bubba or Elliott can make it to the end of this stage? Like, I know they've had two cautions to save, but again, we're just kind of waiting this one out. 8 laps to go. It's weird because there's really no competition because nobody's really pressuring anybody here. It feels weird because, again, coming down towards points being paid. Stage 2, 7 laps remain. if you guys play the NASCAR fantasy game, you got 7 laps remaining to go and potentially make changes to your fantasy lineup. If you guys want to go ahead and swap someone in and out, maybe you had William Byron or AJ Allmendinger in your lineup and you want to take them out. Maybe you had guys in and you want to add a guy in your garage that you really want to make sure you get in, and you don't forget someone like Bubba Wallace or Denny Hamlin. Alright, 43 laps on the fuel. And Bubba Wallace is still out here leading. I'm going to say, he's got to get the points, but you can't get the points if you run out of fuel. Alright, let's see again. Right now we're just working our way through this one. I don't know how on earth Elliott or Bubba are going to find the fuel to make it here. But they're going to get close here. 44 laps on the tank so far. 5 to go. 5 left in stage 2. Now, if I'm Hamlin, Logano, or Blaney, I would be absolutely trying to do everything I can to pressure everybody in this situation. Elliott, throw pressure on Blaney. Byron. Let's see again. Right now, Nemechek's just hanging out inside the top 5, which is actually pretty impressive for him. We're not used to seeing John Hunter Nemechek used to running this far up the field. And okay, here we go. Joey Logano opts to come to pit road. There we go. So, Logano comes to pit road. He's probably one of the only people who can try and flip the stage. Will Logano flipping the stage here end up winning him the race? There we go. Logano exiting the pits, and now Bubba Wallace comes around to close the pit road. Alright, so here we go again right now. So Bubba and Elliott have basically made claim that they are going to make it these final 2 laps, and I am curious to see if they end up running out of gas here on the late in the stage, or even after the stage ends potentially. Running out of gas and not being able to refire, which would be unfortunate. Alright, let's see again. Right now, they're just working their way through this one. Logano going to stay on the lead lap, no doubt, and Bubba Wallace going to try and save whatever gas he can to try and make it to the end of this thing. Alright, here we go. White flag's going to be out for Bubba Wallace this time by. White flag. 1 more lap to go here in stage number 2. 1 lap to go in stage 2. And here we go, coming down to the end. You got 2 corners left for Bubba Wallace. And again, he has managed to make this work all the way around through 3. Down into turn 4. And here we go, off turn 4. It's going to be green and white checkered flag, green and white checkered flag. Alright, so you got Bubba Wallace, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, the top 3. Blaney, Nemechek, Reddick, Stenhouse, MTJ, and Christopher Bell and Chase Briscoe, among other drivers, earning points here. There we go. That's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and run an ad, and I'm going to go use the bathroom, but I will be right back, guys. back and we are ready for this one. There we go. Alright, there we go. Double checking. Alright, we should be all set and ready for this one. Let's see. Alright, there we go, and it looks like we are getting ready to come back from commercial break. Is IndyCar's next race really not till my birthday? That would be insane if that's true. Yep, next race, August 17th. Day after my birthday, of course. And 17th, is that Saturday or Sunday? Alright, that's Saturday night. What's NASCAR doing on that Saturday? Nothing, because Michigan better be over by that point. And Michigan Xfinity Race is the NASCAR race that runs the same day. From drivers in attendance for today that raced in the original Brickyard 430 years ago: Jeff Burton, Jeff Gordon, Bobby Hillin Jr., Ernie Irvan, Dale Jarrett, Bobby Labonte, Rick Mast, and lots of others. That's actually pretty impressive. Alright, should I be concerned that Michael McDowell didn't take tires on his last pit stop? Well, I guess actually, theoretically, because he pit on the 2 back-to-back cautions, he took 4 tires on the first one, and then I guess just topped it off on fuel on the caution where Kyle Busch came down pit road. I guess that'll be my hopeful optimism there. There we go. Yep, there goes Denny Hamlin out into the lead. Green. And yeah, John Hunter Nemechek on that inside line just didn't have much for him. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. up into the 2nd position. There we go. Could Stenhouse potentially be the driver to go and win this race today? That would be a shocker. That would certainly shake some things up. And we got a couple of drivers popping out of line. I believe that was Hocevar on Swartz. Or not Hocevar on Swartz. Hocevar on LaJoy popping out of line there. Now you got Kyle Larson fighting with, oh no, Mark Drake Jr.'s into the fence, no! MTJ into the fence, no! I almost certainly had him in my lineup. And, oh no, Josh Berry ends up torn up. Good thing I didn't pick him this week. I've been picking him a lot recently. Actually, this does. I think this actually helps me because I don't have Truex in my lineup, and that was the one thing I had wrong on the top on the bottom. Oh wait, no. Well, it wasn't the one thing I had wrong. I needed Bowman would have been the one I needed to crash, not Truex. But all right, here we go. Let's see what happened. Actually, it was contact between Bowman, Larson, and Truex. It looked like more so it was Truex and Larson. Bowman was just there. But yeah, that's because that's the biggest thing I have wrong on the bottom is I have Brad Keselowski finishing. I have Brad Keselowski set to finish ahead of Bowman, and Bowman seems to be on pace for potentially a top 10, top 15 type day. Might even be higher than that at this point. I mean, I know he's running 5th. I don't know what the projections are saying. Alright, let's see. Oh, okay, so Larson actually had contact with the rumble strip, and that's what kind of sent him up the track into Truex. So, I mean, again, not exactly Larson's fault. I mean, both of them were already beating and banging when he made contact with the rumble strip, and he didn't have a whole lot of control after that. So under caution, Truex coming down to fix his damage, and pit road should be open here in a lap or two. Oh wow, we actually got quite a few people hanging out in chat. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuned in. I know this has certainly not been my best work of a stream. So yeah, just looking at this angle again, like, I don't really see anything that Truex really did overly wrong there. I think Larson just had a really shallow entry and just misjudged the clipping that apron. commercial break, just chilling. Hopefully everybody's having a good time. Let's see. Should be coming back from commercial break here as they are doing a Richmond promo. I will say I'm excited for Richmond next in a couple weeks. We got the option tires, which I don't know if they'll provide too much here at Richmond, but it should be a pretty good one. Got a full crowd here again. Richmond later next month should be a pretty good one. That'll be the first race back from the Olympic break. You've got, you do have the added benefit of the fact that we do have those option tires. Strategy's been pretty good at Richmond anyway, and anything we can really do to avoid a repave at this point, I would appreciate, because several recent repaves have just not worked out well for the tracks that get them, so if we can avoid a repave, that would be great. Especially at Richmond, where I feel like the track is actually still decent. Alright, there we go. So we got about 50 laps to go, and again, we're anticipating, oh no, they're doubled up and we're ready to go racing. Okay, I thought that they might be opening pit roads. I didn't realize they had already opened pit road. I guess when MTJ came down it was technically open, but I just assumed that MTJ was going to pit regardless of it being open or shut. So, it'll be 50 laps to go when they go green, and hopefully, we can keep it like that. Because if we can get it green to the checker from here, that'd be amazing. Imagine if the entire race could get done in like 2.5 hours, that'd be unbelievable. I think at this point we're guaranteed to hit 3 hours, but... Alright, let's see. What do we got? Alright, Denny Hamlin's never finished top 2. His best finish has been 3rd place 3 different times in the Brickyard. Which is pretty incredible that he's gotten 3 3rd place finishes, but has not finished higher than that, which is, again, just weird. Alright, let's see. We got Kyle Busch in the top 10. Let's go. Jimmy Johnson's up to 11th. Okay. Strategy play there. I believe Mike McDowell will probably pit for tires under this last caution. So again, I've got multiple strategies I can root for. I got Stenhouse out there on old tires. We got Kyle Busch in the back in the middle on medium tires, and then we got the freshest tires in the back with Mike McDowell. Here we go. Pace cars off. Green flags out. I will say it looks like John Hunter Nemechek did a better job this time of trying to get to the inside line, and there we go. Yep. Oh, we got a crash behind. Oh no, please no. Oh yes, Joey Logano and... No, Jimmy! Jimmy, no! Jimmy's around. Jimmy Johnson goes around at the Brickyard, and so does Joey Logano. I had Logano in my lineup. I probably should be more upset about Logano going around, especially where that is a day done, but I was more excited that it just wasn't Kyle Busch at that point, because Kyle was not far away from that wreck. In fact, Kyle was one spot, I think, ahead of that wreck. Because I think Joey and Jimmy were literally right behind him. Let me see. Looking for Kyle Busch on that inside. Oh, yeah, literally, Jimmy was on the rear bumper. And oh, Blaney was also had contact. Luckily, Blaney's car actually looks like it took the impact pretty well. But, let's see. Okay, what was the actual cause here? It was that yellow car in the middle trying to stuff it middle of 3 wide when he clearly wasn't there. I'm assuming that was Hocevar. Yep, that's the Ziegler car, I believe, of Carson Hocevar. Yeah, that camera there doesn't show anything. Not sure why we even bothered to show that footage. Definitely the 77, though, that stuffed it up the middle here. Alright, let's see. Okay, Michael McDowell, I just saw his car in the middle of all this. Where did he go? And how did he evade it? Did he evade it? I guess is the other thing. I mean, I think Logano and, yep, there's Logano climbing out the car, and I think Logano and Jimmy are really the only guys out the race due to this, but, man, so disheartening to see that. So yeah, this caution cleanup's going to be a minute because there's a big wreck in, the wreckage was in turn 1. Which also means they probably can't open, actually they could probably open pit road with it there. Really, as long as the damage isn't off of turn 2 or entering the pits, they should be able to get open pit road pretty easily. Alright, so here we go. Single file down. I believe this should be... They look organized enough for opening pit road. And I don't think they've opened it yet, so... Let's see, is pit road going to be open this time? Waiting to see. A lot of drivers out here that haven't pit since 70. Kyle Busch last pitted at 76. Most of the rest of the field at 102. Yep, here we go. Pit road's open and they're coming down pit road. Let's see. A lot of these guys pitting here. It's going to be a stretch to try and make it to the end. They're going to be about 3-4 laps short on fuel. And they got a commercial break, which means we get to start theorizing about strategies here. Alright, let's see. So, last pit lap for a lot of these guys, so let's see. So, John Hunter, Nemechek, Ross Chastain, Bowman, those guys haven't pit since lap 69, so they're going to have to basically... They're going to have to pit pretty early after we restart, but my guess is that they're going to try and nurse it for about 4 or 5 laps, try and get themselves more safely into the fuel window, which, again, after what we saw in the last one, probably more likely about 43, 44 laps for an adjusted estimate. Yeah, so I think that's what that strategy is. Then for the guys like Justin Haley, Kyle Larson, for those couple of people, they pitted a couple laps later. They're going to be doing a similar thing, but just have a few extra laps so they can try and go. For the drivers who pit at 101, so starting with Carson Hocevar, Noah Gragson, those kinds of guys, that strategy is going to be to... their strategy is almost certainly going to be about trying to basically run to about lap 30 in this stage. So run about 20, 25 laps as hard as you possibly can, and then come to pit road at that point. And then all the guys who pitted at 112 pitted basically this past time around at lap 111, 112. I think that strategy is going to be about trying to run, again, as aggressively as possible, but I think those people are probably looking more so towards catching a caution around 40, 45 laps into this stage with about 10, 15 to go, and basically hoping that they're the only teams with fresh tires left at that point, which I don't know what the tire allotment is, but at the very least, it's possible. Kyle Busch and Stenhouse both just came to pit roads. That puts them on that strategy. Michael McDowell is 107, so he's on that middle strategy. And here we go. Alright, let's see. American Ninja Warrior tomorrow night. That's going to be fun. And here we go. Let's see. Alright, so yeah, we're doubled up, and we should hopefully be doubled up when they get back here. Yep, doubled up and ready to go racing. Well, I say doubled up. Okay, yeah, there's the green flag. Green, green, green. Oh, wait, no, this is the replay. Sorry, this is the replay. I see Joe Logano out there. So, yep, there's the crash that we saw. And again, the more and more we see it, the more and more obvious it is that, once again... actually, it could have been the fault. No, at that point, Hocevar had a chance to back out, but he tried to jump into a closing window that really wasn't there. And he had the option to try and lift out of it and back it down, but he kept his foot in the throttle. And it worked out for him, which is good, I guess. I always kind of prefer when the guy who causes the wreck can just, can be easily identified first off. And second off, if he ends up being out of the race due to his own crash, that would be nice. Just that way we don't have the same one person causing like 4 crashes and still being in the race with virtually no damage. And here we go. Pace car is off, and we're ready to go back racing. Fielding the hands of Nemechek and Chastain. Green, green, green. Green flag out. We're back to racing. And this is gonna be a fun one. We got Michael McDowell on 4 tires in 13th position here. Let's see, what do we got? We got a couple of guys pulling out of line there in the middle of the pack. Looks like Reddick basically kind of being one of them. Reddick Gregson being the most aggressive of them as well. And here we go. Everybody kind of settling in. There we go. Hocevar finds a spot in a single file line. And at least for now, those guys can work together, it looks like. Alright, and oh wow, Todd Gillen jumps all the way down the bottom, taking his teammate 3 wide there. Ryan Preece decides to follow Todd through. And let's say, Preece potentially being a good teammate because he knows he'll need the support when he's putting in resumes at other teams to potentially try and find a job for next year. Because I'm sure that's how that system works. Is that drivers put in their actual job resumes to each job they want to potentially get. Totally isn't a more high-tech way that they do that. Nope. Alright, let's see. Again, right now we're under green. Everybody's kind of just settling in, though. Nobody's really making any crazy moves down the back straightaway the way that we do on the first lap off a restart. Alright, there we go. There, according to NASCAR, pit window is now officially open. Yep, 43 laps to go. So with that pit window being open, I guess the question is, who pits? I think all the guys with 47s next to that number, 45s. I think Chastain, Nemechek, Bowman, Haley are almost guarantees. Alright, let's see again. Right now we're actually doing pretty good here. Everybody's just kind of falling into a pattern here. Again, waiting for the pit stops to start picking up. That's going to be the big drama moment when we start seeing guys try and pull out of the lines to go to pit road. Now, I mean, if we get spread out, that becomes a whole lot less of a factor, but as of right now, they're not spread out enough to just pull the inside and make the move to pit road. Alright, there we go. Alright, come on. Alright, we're in the window. Again, I expected to see some of these 45ers. I'm going to say, so Reddick and Keselowski have both... Oh, come on. Keselowski's up in the top 10. Are you kidding me? Alright, here we go. People coming to pit road. Here we go. And Bowman, Nemechek. Again, I'm surprised that we didn't see Larson come with Bowman this time, considering the Hendrick guys have been pitting as a fleet pretty consistently. Alright, Chastain pulls down pit road. Yep, there we go. Justin Haley also down pit road. Chastain with a 10-second stop. Haley with a 17-second pit stop there for Justin Haley. That is insane. Alright, here comes Larson. Let's see how fast Larson manages to get through this pit road. got 2 tires. Looks like it's going to be a 4-tire stop here for Larson. Alright, here we go. Chase Elliott leads the field, and he comes down pit road now. Leaving the field in the hands of Gregson, Hocevar, and Keselowski. All of them 101 pit stops, so realistically, I don't think we see another pit stop. Oh, we got a caution flag! Martin Truex Jr. goes around. And Chase Elliott and Tyler Reddick. Elliott and Reddick just caught a massive, and I mean massive, break. The fact that the 2 of them were both on pit road when the caution flew, they're going to get to take, they can take their nice sweet time, take their 4 tires, and they will be potentially leading this race on 4 fresh tires after the gamble they just made. I kind of want to know what happened to Martin Truex Jr. Alright, the safety team's out there. He hasn't dropped the window yet, which makes me think that he is going to attempt to try and pull that thing back to pit road, which is going to be insane if he does try and pull that off. Alright, so we're going to get to see this one again. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Looking from MTJ. Oh, nope. That's a replay of the other wreck. Okay, never mind. Alright, let's see. Alright, here we go. 35 laps to go. Are we going to see... I mean, we're going to have to see, I would imagine, everybody pit here. Which is unfortunate because that now levels the playing field for guys like Michael... Had Michael McDowell pit? Oh, wait. Michael McDowell was part of the other group that had pit already. Alright, so here we go. Okay, they're talking with Joey Logano here after his crash. Alright, let's see. Looks like Hocevar's down center and just kind of stuffed it in there. Okay, well, at least he's... I'll give Logano credit. Yeah, he's calling it how it is. I mean, he called out Hocevar, saying that he's done that a lot recently. I would have to go back and look to see exactly how often he's wrecked guys, but obviously he had that one wreck under yellow. And then obviously this one certainly doesn't look very good for him. Alright, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the, so yeah, McDowell had pit under that last, yeah, he's keep it at 119. Assuming we get maybe one, maybe two more cautions at good times, he should be able to run his way back up to the front of the field. Biggest concern here is going to be the question of when and if we get any other caution flags and how that affects potentially fuel mileage. Alright, you know what guys, since I know this has not been my best stream, I'm going to go ahead and just skip a round of ads for you guys. And here we go, let's see, again, we're looking for guys who, again, I think realistically 50, and so you need to have pitted it about, I think the answer is set 117 or later to make it for sure to the end of the race on fuel. And we had 3 guys come to pit road. Gregson, Hocevar, and I think one other driver. Here we go. Now Gregson getting his 4 tires here. He's got time. No need to rush it here. Same thing with Hocevar. You can go ahead and take your time. Make sure you get everything right. You're not really on pit road with too many guys. There's, okay, Ty Gibbs is also on pit road along with, it looks like maybe Brad Keselowski. Alright, they got a commercial break, which means we get to go ahead and just talk strategy. How's everybody doing? And we kind of already exhausted the strategy talk because a lot of it is going to be about how far and when we get the caution flags. Because I will say the fresh tires have not seemed to be that much of an advantage here. Let's see. check Twitter and see what we got going on here. Still cannot seem to find any interesting conversation on Twitter about the race either, so it looks like, and we are back from commercial break, which means pretty much we're back. Alright, here we go. Pace car pulls down to the inside. Field in the hands of Brad Keselowski and Ryan Blaney are listed as the leaders. Daniel Hemrick up to the front row, though, due to choose cone decisions here. Green, green, green. Green flag's out. We're back to racing, and that has got to be an ugly paint scheme for Hemrick. Not that how good your paint scheme looks decides whether you win or not, but it kind of should factor in a little bit when it's really bad because, well, we don't need more die casts that are really bad. But here we go, lining everything up. Let's see. Alright, there we go. Alright, we've settled in. Off the restart here, everybody kind of was very cordial with getting in line. Obviously, Hemrick lost a couple of spots there. He was going to fall in line, I believe, 4th there. Now Kyle Busch starting to pop out of line and potentially leading a charge of cars. Alright, let's see. Again, right now, 30 laps to go. We're definitely within any kind of window to make it to the end. Now the question is going to come down to it. Do we get another caution flag the remainder of the race, or is it going to be caution free to the checkers? Alright, let's see. And again, right now it's all just about getting into that big single file line, and nobody inside the top 15 is really trying to poke their nose out to try and get clean air. Seems a little bit contrary because they were all doing it earlier. Alright, let's see. Again, right now they're doing pretty good though. The race is solid. Wouldn't say it's a 10 out of 10, wouldn't say it's a 0 out of 10. Kyle Busch up to the 8th position, but that's only the... But yeah, they are just chilling here. Hopefully you guys are doing the same. And again, right now, especially for the Ford drivers, I think the Ford drivers are very content to just kind of ride in line and just kind of let the Keselowski and Blaney train just soar on away. Kyle Busch up to 8th here, and again, nobody really just pushing the issue, which is, again, the weird thing about these races, that nobody really pushes for track position until the final, 3 laps or so, when they realize that, oh yeah, we don't really have enough time to wait around for track position. So, realistically, we could just probably zoom past these last 27 laps to go here and just kind of wait it out. Alright, there we go. We're just chilling. Not really much to go off of. Alright, but here we go. Let's see. That's the other thing right now, is that almost all of these cars are in fuel saving mode too, so that none of them are going to try and push the issue and risk running out of gas. Alright, so again, right now, just waiting. So, Kyle Larson made his way through the field on his fresh tires here. It's like the first driver I've seen actually make their way through the field on tires. He and Reddick both pitted actually at around the same lap. Let's see. Again, right now, everybody's just fuel saving. I mean, again, Larson versus Reddick. Put the camera on Larson and Reddick, assuming that they're actually close to each other. And let's leave the cameras there for a minute. Alright, what's the gap between Larson and Reddick? Okay, there's about half a second. Okay, there's gotta be a better battle for position somewhere where drivers actually have fuel. And that's the unfortunate part right now. Michael McDowell is out to lunch. And not in a good way. Michael McDowell does not have the 22 laps to go, and again, we're just running this thing, and everybody's basically just trying to fuel save it, and we're going to commercial break. Great. Gotta love going to commercial break when we don't even have a, we don't even have drivers kind of racing for position, really. Oh, and we might actually finally have something. Kyle Larson trying to get by, Cindric, which, I mean, isn't much, but Cindric is something. And that's a lot better than the nothing that we've had. Alright, so again, 20 laps to go. And we're closing in on the end of this race. It's actually looking like it might be a pretty good one here. Reddick's closing in on his same strategy you made the 5 of Larson. Alright, here we go. Larson on the inside of Kyle Busch here, battling it his way up into the top 10 and continuing on from there. Alright, 18 laps to go as they come back from commercial break, and yeah, as I mentioned, Larson making progress, although Kyle Busch fought back past Larson here. So Larson and Reddick up into the top 10, but both drivers are pretty much nose to tail. As we mentioned earlier, they weren't really close, and now they can actually fight with each other or potentially just work their way around these lap cars, around these off-strategy cars together. Which, granted, once you get passed by Larson and Reddick and lose like half a second to a second, honestly, at that point, just make your final stop if you think you're close. Especially if you know you're within like the 10-second window or whatever that you have to be able to pit and still make it to the end of the and stay on the lead lap. Alright, so here we go. Kyle on Kyle. Let's see. Larson goes to the inside on Kyle Busch. Again, varying strategies. Keselowski and Hemrick both having very low fuel amounts left. Meanwhile, somehow Larson and Reddick still have over half their tanks available. Yeah, they're working their way through this one, but again, it's just slow progress because the drivers that they are fighting against aren't going to fight back. Alright, here we go. 15 laps to go. Denny Hamlin, the next one for Larson to try and pass. Here we go. Alright, Larson got by Bell. Now he's going to go by Hamlin. Let's see. Larson versus Hamlin. Larson ought to just move Hamlin out of the way at this point. Like, I mean, I know I'm not usually an advocate for people wrecking people, but at this point, Hamlin has got to have some amount of payback coming to him from Larson. And Larson has just been so timid about actually making a stand. Now, granted, again, Hamlin hasn't done anything this race that necessarily deserves wrecking, but yep, there we go. Larson manages to find the over-under move without even trying. Kyle Busch is actually running pretty well too here. I will say the Kyle and Kyle show could be back here. Could we see a Kyle 1-2 with Kyle Busch actually winning this time? Or Kyle Larson winning this time? Or will it be Kyle Busch? Again, my podcast pre-race pick on the Lap Down podcast was Kyle Busch. Originally, I was thinking I was going to have to pick from a much limited field, so I talked myself into Kyle Busch, and then I lucked into the first overall pick, and then still went with my gut. Which is probably the wrong move to make, but here we go. 12 laps to go. Again, a lot of these drivers don't know if they have enough gas. Alright, let's see again. Right now, there we go. Larson up into the top 5. Just went and passed Zane Smith for 4th here. So Larson's continuing to make inroads here, and 12 laps to go. There's plenty of time. The question is, what can be done? Alright, they've actually been doing... This has actually been a pretty good race. It hasn't been knock your socks off racing or anything. Alright, let's see. Alright, again, right now... Oh, there we go. Larson trying to pull out a line, not able to get there. 49 laps for Hemrick and Keselowski on their current tanks of fuel. There's no way they can make it all the way. I think Keselowski and Hemrick are going to have to tap out. Alright, let's see. And everybody's just kind of swerving here, trying to maybe find a way to get the fuel to the pickup. Alright, here we go. Ryan Blaney. Speeds over the last 5 laps, or over the last 15 laps. And here we go. Come on, Kyle. Kyle Larson, what's he gonna do? Alright, come on, Kyle Busch. We're losing a lot of time, but hopefully if we do get a caution, and Kyle Busch would have to try and find a way through this field a whole lot quicker at this point. But there we go, Larson to the inside, that's going to be for third. Kyle Larson for second. Alright, there we go. There goes Daniel Hemrick to pit road. That leaves 2 cars out here on the track. One of which in absolutely critical fuel position, and we lose TV. Are you kidding me? Right at this time, we lose the TV. That would seem just about typical. Alright, well, we are just chilling out. Hopefully everybody's having a good time, and there we go. We're back. Nothing crazy happened. Alright, I mean, right now they are just literally pacing themselves around here, and we're just kind of waiting to see if Keselowski has enough fuel to make it, and that's the biggest question here. He's gone 52 laps at this point. There is no way he's doing that on a regular tank, right? And there's... Alright, so Michael McDowell's on the fuel strategy with Larson and all them, where he should think that he's probably got a pretty good shot at top 5. He and Gregson are going to be fighting it out for 4th and 5th, I believe. Because I don't think there's any way that the rest of these guys stretch their fuel 52, 53 laps. Alright, let's see. And again, 6 laps to go. Not a lot of time. Keselowski hanging on there. The rest of the field in question. Alright, let's see again. Right now, they're pacing themselves. They don't want to burn up too much gas because they know they've got a long race ahead of them. But both of these drivers knew to stock up before they left Canada. Alright, again, we're just kind of waiting this one out because, again, nobody believes that Keselowski can make it on fuel. Absolutely nobody. If you think that Keselowski can make it on fuel, you're wrong. Now, Blaney, on the other hand, that's a lot better of a question. Probably. Alright, here we go again. Right now, we're just waiting. Come on, come on, come on. Kyle Busch up to the 6th position. Can Kyle Busch do anything more? Come on. Give me a top 5, Kyle. That's all I need. I don't need I don't need blisteringly fast. I don't even need to be the winner of the podcast picks, although it would be pretty nice to know that the week I got to actually have my pick of the rank, I got the best pick possible. And seeing him end his losing streak would be amazing, but I just don't think that's realistic at this point. Oh, I thought Blaney was about to get wiped out there by Larson. Yeah, big block there by the 12, and again, I think Larson may become impatient because they're both snakes. Alright, again, 3 laps to go, and they're gonna make it. Wow, it's starting to seem pretty surprising. Again, I don't see any reason why the 6 should make it. The 12, I could maybe justify this. They've had some caution laps. They had some other stuff go their way. Alright, here we go. 3 laps to go. Oh, and oh, no, Kyle! No, Kyle Busch. We're going to overtime. Alright, here we go. So, yeah, this is definitely starting to remind me of Nashville earlier this year. We had a fuel mileage issue at Nashville. Everybody was convinced that we were, that the drivers were out of fuel. They somehow, some of them managed to survive it. And, yeah, with the fact that we got so many drivers close on fuel, Alright, here's the question. Who all comes to pit road this time? Pit road's open. Who's coming? Anybody. Denny's the only taker? No, here we go. Zane Smith takes the pit road option. And then about half the field behind them. Why didn't Brad pit? And yes, as soon as I saw the spelling error, I did have to add the second T in there. But yep. So Kyle Busch just went for the pass on his former teammate there and just lost control. Alright, there we go. So again, I don't know how on earth Brad Keselowski intends on restarting this race with this little fuel. But if he does, this will be amazing. Of course, let me know who you guys think is going to survive overtime. And let me know how many overtimes you think we go. Actually, you know what? We're going to go ahead and make that a poll. Give me a second. Hey Walter, how's it going? There we go. And 7+. There we go. How many overtimes today? There we go. Seems like a good poll to go ahead and throw up there. I'll just go ahead and clear that off of there. That should still keep it up over there. But figure that would be a good poll question there. See what we think for the overtime count. And the only reason why I'm super negative on thinking that we're going to actually get this race to go any sort of green flag condition is just because of the fact that we saw this same situation play out at Nashville, where guys were restarting. Now, granted, this is a wider track, a wider front straightaway, so if guys run out of fuel, maybe the drivers have more room to move. But the problem being is that if they still can't get going, and ultimately, if drivers get stranded on the front straightaway, eventually you're going to have to throw that yellow, and you might not be able to wait till the white flag. So, sounds like Blaney and their crew think that they're good for one green-white checker. I don't think Keselowski's good for any. I think Keselowski's going to be the one running out of fuel here, and the question is, how far can he make it? Here we go. We got Gilliland up in the top 3 rows. Cindric, Ryan Preece, the only Stewart-Haas Cup driver to not know what their plan is for next year. And here we go. We're lined up and ready to go racing. Alright, let's see. Where's Michael McDowell? Michael McDowell 14th. I'll take it. Michael McDowell with a top 15 day could very well turn into a top 10 day, maybe even a top 5 day, depending on how overtime goes. It's not hard to go from 14th to 10th, and it certainly could be a little bit tougher to go a little higher than that, but this is a big track. Your overtimes are longer. Each overtime attempt is essentially another 5 miles of green flag racing, because you drop each lap being 2.5 miles. And actually, it's even a little bit longer than that, because you have to factor in the distance from the restart zone. But how on earth is Keselowski going 59 laps? Like, seriously, these Fords need to have their fuel tank looked at. Alright, well, lights are off on the pace car. We're going to be going racing this time by. Green, 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 this time by. Let's see. What's it going to be here? Again, I think Larson, Reddick, they're going to be looking to try and get out of line as soon as humanly possible to try and go around the 12 and the 6. The problem is going to be is that, obviously, I think the 6 for sure is going to try and block. The problem is going to be the question on fuel. Oh, no! Brad drops to the pit road! Brad follows the pace car down pit road as we're going to go green, green, green. Green flag's out. We're racing. But, wow. That just gave Larson the win. That literally just gave Larson this great shot at the win. And what's going to be the wreck? Oh, yep, there's the wreck. I saw the yellow light pop up on my dash. Now, yep, Nemechek, Bowman, Denny Hamlin caught up in that one. And we're going to 2 overtimes. We're going to 2. 2 overtime. 2 overtime. Do I hear 3? Do I hear 3? Do I hear 3 overtime? Do I hear 3 overtime? But, yeah, I'm definitely curious to see what... Because, like, Brad Keselowski had to know that he was running that low on fuel. I don't see why he didn't pit before that point. I mean, give people an idea as to, okay, who's going to be in the fight for this one. Potentially could have given Blaney a chance to try and take that bottom and protect from Kyle Larson. And the red flag has been deployed. Alright, so there we go. That I'll take care of. Talking with the guys in the podcast chat. And, yeah, here we go. Gonna be lining them up and doing this again here. A couple of guys hit the pit wall, too. Alright, so who exactly hit that pit wall? I think the 43 and the... But, yep, so they have gone and stopped the cars on the front stretch, and we are going to be going ahead beyond here. And the end of the race is going to get moved over to USA Network, which means I need to go ahead and swap over her apps yet again. Alright, well, this is going to be fun. Track is getting cleared up. Just a reminder that due to breaking news today, yep, this race will continue. Yep, so. And the politics are coming for our NASCAR yet again. After they forced us to start the race over on USA Network due to politics. Now politics are moving the end of our race to USA Network too? Come on. But, yeah, I mean, that is one of the worst angles to just see someone get hit the pit wall. I mean, granted, you never want to see someone hit the pit wall, but... Yep, there we go. Alright. So, we've seen one attempted restart. Actually, whoa, wait a minute. Did McDowell sneak through? McDowell dropped a couple spots. He may have been in it. Do I see Michael McDowell further back? I see Stenhouse. I don't see McDowell's car, but I didn't see him in the wreckage, so... Trying to figure out if McDowell got caught up in that one. I like Ricky. Glad to see Ricky still out there. Obviously, we know Kyle Busch went out a couple laps earlier. Actually, was Kyle Busch officially knocked out the race? Let's see. No, Kyle's only one lap down, so he's definitely still in contention, I think. But, yeah, we're still a little ways away here. I'm going to just go ahead and move over because I'm assuming that they might have just looped the end of the footage for the next little bit. Before, although we're currently on, we're currently going back and forth at this point. Alright, here we go. And let's see. So, I'm not trying to watch Law and Order. I'm trying to watch the, USA Network. Here we go. We're just chilling here. Hopefully, I don't understand why. I'm just trying to get to USA Network. Come on. TNT won't have an excuse to cut away from a NASCAR race next year. Oh, trust me, I guarantee there will be excuses made. I just don't know what they will be. But I guarantee there will be excuses made. Alright, let's see. Trying to see if I can... Alright, they're showing some more of the field. Maybe I can... And they're zooming in on Blaney, so I don't get a chance to go ahead and see what the rest of the field looked like. And say, online leaderboard shows him in shows McDowell 19th right behind Denny Hamlin. They're saying the guys from the Lap Down podcast are saying that McDowell ran out of fuel. And say should have had plenty of gas. He pitted same lap Larson did, and we think Larson's probably good for another 2-3 overtimes. Oh, Larson can't get the car restarted? Okay, well maybe they're all really low on fuel. I thought that they were for sure good. I thought for sure at least the top 2 or 3 were going to be good. Alright, let's see. And that was probably the replay I wanted to see the most, and I missed it. Okay, I see his angle, but alright, they're starting to roll. Seeing a little bit of movement. They're still double checking the concrete barriers and making sure they're all good. let's see. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Alright, let's see. What about stats? What do we got for stats going on? Alright, just checking Twitter, seeing if there's something there to talk about, since trying to find topics is sometimes a little bit tough. But yeah, okay, so it looks like it's just the onboard starter that's not working for Larson's car, maybe not the fuel. Alright, well, we just double checking Twitter and nothing really new over there. Just people joking about politics and cat videos, which, granted, I am very much a fan of cat videos, but yeah, we got nothing from the race. Aside from a couple of people being surprised that that the race got red flagged for, or not red flagged, but moved to USA Network. Alright, there we go. I think we're doing pretty good here. Alright, well, we are just chilling here again. We're under a red flag for repairs to the barrier. Oh, no! 23 outside, no! Daddy, yep. Trust me, I felt very similarly when we went and saw what happened with Kyle Busch on the restart before that. But yep, no, we have entered overtime, and we're in the process of counting up how many overtimes. Alright, here we go. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Again, we're just kind of waiting. They're still under the red flag here. Gambling for Reddick here. Okay, well, hey, it's not a bad bet. He's got fresher tires than most everybody else. showing the highlights from Richmond earlier this year, or is this just a compilation of Denny Hamlin highlights to commend? Nope, this is Richmond highlights from previous years and stuff as well. I will say, I am excited for Richmond. I know it's not everybody's favorite track, but it's definitely mine. Yep, for 23-11. Yep, makes sense. Alright, let's see. What do we got? So, as of right now, Chastain versus Bubba Wallace, only a 4-point gap between the two in points. I mean, hey, that's pretty clutch there at this point. Bowman being out of the race, that's going to hurt him. Alright, how is everybody doing? Everybody having a fun time? Who do we think's going to win the race? And who did you guys think was going to win the race that probably isn't at this point because of either fuel mileage or wrecks or other stuff? Alright, this is the replay I think I wanted to see. Here we go. Let's see. Yep, there we go. And looking for... not seeing... Alright, let's see. Looking for McDowell here. Oh, is he just far enough back, I guess? Oh, there he is on the bottom of the racetrack. He snuck through the middle there. Alright, now that I've seen where he is, give me that replay one more time. Nope, of course not. Of course they're not going to show me that replay again. Now that I finally found out the part of the screen I should be looking at. Alright, well, let's hop back over onto Twitter and see if, again, there's anything... Yeah, I mean, my pick to win at the beginning of the in pre-race and stuff with the podcast was Kyle Busch, but clearly that didn't end well. If I had to pick somebody from this list, I mean, I like Todd Gilliland. I'd love to see him go and win this thing. Put a front row car into the playoffs, and they put out the yellow. Yellow flag is back out. We're ready to go rolling. And I say, Gilliland's definitely not who I would bet on. I think Larson, Reddick are gonna be battling it out for the win. The question is whether or not they, we actually get a green flag run long enough for it to be official before everybody else keeps tearing it up and running people out of fuel. So glad to see John Hunter even check out the car because he had a really rough hit there at the. In the wall. So, yep, there we go. And, yeah, we're just kind of waiting to see what we got here. So, there goes John Hunter Nemechek walking back towards the garage, and cars are rolling, and seemed to be very little trouble there for Kyle Larson to get going. As after we kind of heard they were all that they were worried about the onboard starter potentially, or the ability to start the car up there and might need a push start. Alright, so we're going into overtime number 2. Again, 2 overtime, do I hear 3? 2 overtime, going once. So here we go. Let's see. Who else would be in that conversation? Noah Gragson in 12th. And there we go. Micah McDowell 17th. There we go. That's who we need to be looking for a potential fuel mileage run. Zane Smith, the guy who almost won it at the Nashville race when we had the record-setting overtimes due to fuel mileage. Could he be the one that wins this thing? He pitted later than everybody else inside that top 20. He and Ty Dillon are the only two that pitted there, and while Ty Dillon has tires, I would rather see Zane Smith win, honestly, at this point. One, because it would make the playoffs more interesting, and two, because of the fact that, I think Zane Smith is a better prospect, and certainly I think the win would do more for him. Oh, actually, Chastain pitted the same lap as him as well. Okay, Chastain, Zane Smith, Austin, and Ty Dillon all could be candidates for this one. Is there 45 wins? It'll be a Denny win. All right, we'll keep an eye out. But 51 laps right now on Blaney's fuel is, I'm assuming based on the camera angle, pit road is open. Yep, pit road's open, and nobody's taking it. Come on, if you're halfway back through the field at this point, you might as well pit. Like, honestly, McDowell, I said that. Yeah, you're in 17th. You might be able to get there. I would just pit at this point. Get your lumps, especially with the way that these restarts have been going recently. We don't exactly have a stellar track record. I would be putting McDowell in pit road. I would be LaJoy Hocevar. I would be coming to pit road. Basically, everybody from about LaJoy on back. If you haven't pit within the last 5 laps, I would be putting you on pit road. At least that would be my call. If I'm the crew chief, obviously, I'm sure you guys have a difference of opinion here, but I think at this point, especially if you're already burning through fuel and you think you're close, like, Blaney absolutely, I think, should have probably considered pit road, although, obviously, you don't want to give up that kind of track position for it. I think the bigger thing is the fact that guys like Suarez and Preece and Stenhouse, in 8th, 9th, and 11th, didn't opt to pit when Suarez is already locked into the playoffs, so points really don't matter to him. Yeah, Preece, he's winning. He's must win, and same thing with Stenhouse. So why would any of them care about preserving points versus put some fuel in that thing and hope you get at least a shot at the win? Because I don't think you have a shot at the win right now if you are risking running out of fuel. Alright, let's see. We'll be doubling them up this time, and we should be going green next time by. Alright, let's see. Come on. Larson should choose the inside line here. Then Blaney the outside. Then I would say probably inside, outside, outside, outside. That's how I would do it if I'm these drivers. So I would go Larson to the bottom, Blaney front row on the outside, Reddick, Gilliland both on the bottom, Bubba Wallace top line, Bell bottom line, Cindric top, Suarez bottom, and Preece top line here. And let's see. We're going to get the 1 to go mark. 1 lap to green. 1 to green. Not 1 lap to go, but 1 lap to green. And here we go. Let's see. No, Gilliland opts to go with the outside. Okay, there we go. There's the offset. There we go. Bell and Bubba Wallace end up being the 2 in a row to go bottom line. I just like being on that bottom a whole lot more because it gives you the options to try and navigate your way out of the out of line. Although I guess by the time you get to the corner, it kind of flips. It reverses the roles, and the outside becomes the place where nobody really runs, so you can find a ton of escape lines to go high or go low while staying in that outer edge. Alright, let's see. Here we go. So, lights are off on the pace car. We will be going green flag this time by. It'll be a green-white checker, and I have no confidence that this is going to be the last attempt. 2 laps to green. or 2 laps to go. Green this time. Alright, so here we go. Let's see. Again, Reddick, Larson, Reddick, Elliott, I don't think I'm worried about for fuel. Gregson, probably not worried about for fuel. LaJoy, definitely worried. Hocevar, not as worried. But if I'm Michael McDowell, I probably would have pit under this caution. I've said this a couple times now. I wouldn't have risked running out of fuel for a 18th place finish. I would have. Now, if you were in top 10, maybe top 5, in a position where, well, runs out of fuel at the right time, you win. But here we go. Let's see. Pace car will be pulling down. Let's see. Waiting. Let's see. Come on. It's going to be pace car going to be diving for cover here. And ooh, did Blaney just turn up and smack the fence? I think he might have just driven himself up into the fence, but here we go. Pace car is off, and green flag is out. We're racing here once again at Indianapolis, and let's see, can we actually get to the green flag? Alright, green flag's out, we're racing. Let's see, going down into the turns. Alright, so there we go, we managed to get to the green. Larson, Reddick to the top of the boards here. We're going through turn 2. And, is that a spin? Yep, that's a spin, and that's going to be... Is that going to be a caution? Or are they going to let that slide? There's no way they let that slide, right? They're going to let that take... They're going to let it take the white, and then they're going to call it. Right? That's probably what they're going to end up doing. They're going to let them take the white with Priest wrecked like that. And onto the racing surface. Come on, they got to throw the... Are they gonna? Yeah, they're gonna let them see the white flag. That way they can end this race, and it's gonna be yellow flag. Yeah, yellow checkers. Yep. Who could have guessed? And Larson's gonna win it this way, of course. Yep, there we go. You could have called that caution so much earlier. It was pretty obvious he wasn't getting back around. And now, as long as Larson doesn't run out of gas, he's going to win this race. Reddick second, and we're denied a margin of victory because of the fact that it ends under caution. Alright, and let's see. Coming off the final corner... Does Larson have the fuel? Can he make it? Under the yellow flag. Reddick there to take it if he runs out. And it's going to be Kyle Larson gets the win in Indy. Not the one he was going for in May, but he wins it in July. And oh, there's rain coming off the roof of the pit box. But there we go. Yep, the Hendrick Cars team celebrates. Yeah, I know. NASCAR, yep. Lets them take the white. I'm not opposed to that, especially where we were already in second overtime, but it's one of those things where they got to be consistent about it. And they haven't been, so we're going to go ahead and end the poll. And for those of you guys who were just here for the race reaction, again, I do have some videos planned for the off weeks. Expect probably 2-3 videos a week while NASCAR's not going on, since I'll have a little bit more time. But for those of you guys who are just here for that, feel free to pop on out. But as per usual, if you guys want to know the finishing order of your favorite drivers, and of course all these finishing results are going to be unofficial for now. Yeah, we'll read through them before we hop off. But let's, okay, we're going to get a chance to see the crash at the end of this race. So, yep, Priest just got into the grass there and lifted, and ultimately Chase Elliott just had nowhere to go and just ran him right over. I mean, it wasn't a very scary wreck, so I can see that being an okay time to let them go. If the wreck was more violent and or if there were more cars involved, then I would have said you can't do that. But honestly, I'm okay with it. It definitely leaves a bit of a bitter taste in the mouth, not getting to see these drivers actually race it to the line when I feel like they had a very good shot at racing it there, but yep, so here we go. Kyle Larson, obviously, he's your winner here today. He beats Tyler Reddick to the line. Then you've got Ryan Blaney, who comes across the line third, somehow still had enough fuel. Chase Elliott coming home fourth after being involved in that last caution. Todd Gilliland comes home in the fifth position. Noah Gragson climbed his way all the way to sixth. Seventh, Austin Cindric. Eighth, Carson Hocevar. Ninth, Bubba Wallace. And rounding out the top 10, it's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. So that's your top 10. 11th was Suarez. 12th, Corey LaJoie. 13th, Austin Dillon. 14th, Ross the Boss Chastain. Christopher Bell comes home in the 15th position. Michael McDowell comes home 16th after a valiant effort. Zane Smith comes home in his reverse car number, in the 17th position, driving number 71. Ty Dillon in a part-time start for RCR, driving the number 33, comes home 18th. 19th for Justin Haley, and rounding out your top 20, Cody Ware, who had a flat tire to bring out the first yellow of the day shortly into the second stage. Brad Keselowski comes home in the 21st position, 22nd Chris Buescher, 23rd Ty Gibbs, 24th Chase Briscoe, and that is your last car on the lead lap, by the way. 24 cars finish on the lead lap. Kyle Busch, the one and only car, one lap down in 25th place. Ryan Preece, as we know, crashes out with 2 laps to go, comes home 2 laps short of the checkers. Martin Truex Jr. also 2 laps shy of the checkered flag. Eric Jones 2 laps shy of the checkered flag as well, driving the number 43 car. Comes home 28th. 29th for John Hunter Nemechek, crashes out with 6 laps remaining. Daniel Hemrick also out in that crash with 6 laps to go, rounds out your top 30 finishers. Alex Bowman in the 31st position, also 6 laps shy of the checkered flag, in addition to Dennis the Menace coming home in the number 32 spot, also 6 laps off the pace. Jimmy Johnson comes home 57 laps off the pace as he makes his return to the Brickyard in a fairly unceremonious way. Joey Logano comes home 58th, 58 laps off the pace. 34th place. Josh Berry coming home 63 laps off the pace in 35th place. And then you had Harrison Burton 93 laps shy of the checkered flag. He ended up retiring the car along with AJ Allmendinger, who gets scored 37th. 38th for William Byron, who gets scored 94 laps down, which is ironic considering the 24 car won the 1994 Brickyard 400. Just a little bit of trivia there. And then BJ McLeod, who was out of the race pretty much from the start, 152 laps behind the race. And that is your field for the 2024 Brickyard 400. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for everybody that did stick around to the end of the stream. If you guys did enjoy, hit the like button and subscribe if you guys are new so you guys don't miss any future videos or live streams. If you guys want to see your name featured at the bottom of the streams as well, something I don't usually mention, that's a perk for both members and Patreon, both Patreon and YouTube channel members. So you guys can go ahead and join that if you guys want to, but obviously no pressure on that. But until next time, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video, live stream, or whatever you guys had to do with the rest of your day. Have a great day, everybody, and goodbye!